make you a co-host, and you should be able to share. All right. Good morning and welcome to our Friday Independent Living Skills Session. My name is Catherine. I am with LVCIL. Today's topic is the Affordable Connectivity Program and our Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Program. Few logistics for today. We are recording the session. That recording will be available on our YouTube channel in about a week to 2 weeks, as well as any presentation slides. If you are live with us and you wish to ask a question, you can use the chat feature. If that is not available to you, you can click on reactions in the Zoom menu bar and click raise hand, and we will unmute you or ask you to unmute and ask your question. Transcripts are available today by clicking on the CC Live Transcript button in the Zoom menu bar. And as you can see, we have ASL interpreters with us today. They are spotlighted, so they are visible for everyone. And we will pause every 15 to 20 minutes to switch interpreters. So again, welcome, and welcome to our presenters, Alma Hughes and Fatima. A little biography about our two presenters, but before I do that, I also want to offer a visual description of myself, trying to get better at being more aware of these things. Hold on. I am a middle-aged white female. I have black hair. I'm wearing a yellow top today, and I have a blurred out background that contains an orange wall and a painting that has blues and greens in it. And like I said, we will start off today with Alma Hughes. Alma is a consumer education and outreach specialist in the Consumer Affairs and Outreach Division from the FCC. In her present position, she provides outreach to numerous constituents, including K through 12 and older adults, educating them on the importance of telecommunication programs, as well as the rules and policies that have been implemented by the Commission. So we'd like to welcome Alma, and we'll turn it over to you.
Well, good morning, and thank you, Catherine, for having me on this morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to be talking to you this morning briefly about a new benefit, federal benefit program, Affordable Connectivity Program, and a lot of times you're going to hear me say ACP. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and Catherine, if you can let me know if you can see my screen.
I am seeing your screen, and then I'm seeing the slides on the left.
Yes, I'm going to try to, there you go. Okay, so this morning, the Affordable Connectivity Program, we're going to find out what is the benefit, who is eligible, and how can households apply. And right after, it's a very short presentation, and right after the presentation, if there are any questions that you have, please feel free to ask them, and I will do my best to answer. If I don't have the answer, I can get the answer and get it back to Catherine between later today and Monday morning. What is the benefit? The Affordable Connectivity Program is a Federal Communication Commission, FCC program that provides a discount on monthly broadband bills for qualifying low-income households. Eligible households can receive up to $30 a month discount for broadband service and associated equipment rentals. And I'll talk to you about the equipment rentals. And if you live on tribal land, you can receive up to $75 a month discount. Also, this program allows a one-time discount for $100 towards the purchase of a laptop, desktop, or tablet that is purchased through a participating provider, and I'll explain that to you as we go on. The consumer must pay at least $10 to $50 towards that purchase price. A household is eligible if household income is at or below 200% of the federal poverty guideline, or if a member of the household meets at least one of the criteria below. If they participate in certain assistance programs such as SNAP, Medicaid, Federal Public Housing Assistance, SSI, WIC, or Lifeline, you only need to participate in one of those programs. Participate in tribal specific programs such as Bureau of Indian Affairs General Assistance, Tribal TANF, or Food Distribution Program on Indian reservations. Or if a member of the household participate in a national school lunch program or a school breakfast program, including the community eligibility provision. If one member of the household receives a Pell Grant in the current award year, receives veterans pensions and survivor benefit, or meets the eligibility criteria for participating provider existing low income program. Now, back up here with the school lunch program. If you have a child in your home and they participate in the school lunch program or breakfast program, that child will make that household eligible. And let me clarify the eligibility. You only would need to meet one of these criteria, not one, not 2, 3, or 4, only one. If your income is not below the 200% of the federal poverty guideline, but you meet one of these criteria, that would make your household eligible. And the reason why I'm clarifying that, because lately we've been getting emails about the poverty and thinking that they must meet the poverty level but no, it's the poverty level, 200% of the federal poverty guidelines, or one of the other criteria. There are 2 steps to enroll. You will go to affordableconnectivity.gov to apply, or print out a mail-in application and contact your preferred participating provider to select a plan and have the discount applied to your bill. Some providers may have an alternate application that they will ask you to complete. Now, this right here is so important. Number 2, if you apply online, you will receive an confirmation email that has a confirmation number. Or if you print out and mail it in, and if you have an email address, you might want to put that email address on your printed application. And once you are approved, you must contact your participating provider to let them know that you were approved for the Affordable Connectivity Program. If you do not contact your provider, you will not receive the discount. And the reason why I'm emphasizing this, because we get a lot of emails coming in and said, I was approved 2 months ago, but I have not received the benefit. That's because that consumer did not notify their provider. They must notify the provider to let them know, and they will give the provider their confirmation number. Majority of the providers, especially the main providers, are participating. And you are in the state of Pennsylvania, is that correct? Okay, I'm not sure if you have the information. If not, Catherine, I can send the information to you where you can go online and you can click to see what providers are participating in your area. You either go with Pennsylvania area, or you can plug in your zip code to see which providers are participating in this program in your area. Also, eligible household must both apply for the program and contact, as I just said, contact your participating provider to select a service plan. How does ACP protect consumers? And reason why this has been put in place, because I'm not sure if you all was aware of the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program that was in place before this one. And we found out that there are some things that the consumer need to be protected. The rules protect affordable connectivity program recipients by empowering consumers to choose the service plan that best meets their needs, including a plan they may already be on, ensuring consumers have access to supported broadband services regardless of their credit status, prohibiting providers from excluding consumers with past due balance or prior debt from enrolling in the program, preventing consumers from being forced into more expensive or lower quality plans in order to receive the ACP benefit, reducing the potential for bill shock or other financial harms, allowing ACP recipients to switch providers or broadband service offerings, and providing a dedicated FCC process for ACP complaints. Now, I want to jump back up here where preventing consumers from being forced into more expensive or lower quality plans. We have seen this happen where the consumer was told that in order to get this particular plan, ACP benefit, they must go to a higher plan. That is not true. So you as a consumer should be made aware that they cannot force you into a more expensive or lower plan in order to receive this benefit. And then if you get that, we have a dedicated complaint line that you can send to the FCC. And what the FCC does, they would get your complaint, they would notify the provider, and you will also be notified that FCC has notified them. The provider will have 30 days from the date of notice to respond to that complaint, and you also will receive that response as well. And these are different resources that we have. We have the FCC ACP Consumer Health Hub at the www.fcc.gov/ACP. We have a helpline and the ACP Support Center, which is at this number, or you can send an email to the ACP support at usat.org. USAT is the agency that is handling all applications. If you have a question about your application or about the status of your application, you can give them a call at the 877-384-2575 number. And let me say this, there is a live person behind that number. You know, a lot of times we get where we dial numbers and nobody's not picking up. I had to call them a week and a half ago. So I know there's a live person, and the person that answered the phone was able to help me with my question. We also have an FAQ. We have a great toolkit that you can use to reach out to your consumers. We have an accessibility FCC 504@fcc.gov website or email address. You can also apply to affordableconnectivity.gov, and you can contact the ACP info@fcc.gov if you have any questions. I believe this may be the end of this slide. It is. So I know I ran through this. I kind of just want to give you the basic, but if anybody have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer.
All right. Thank you so much, Alma. That was really helpful.
Thank you.
I do have one question, and I actually got this question from one of our consumers who was not able to be with us this morning. But so can the ACP program be used for a hotspot like data plan?
No, it's for your internet service, whether you receive your internet service, and that's a good question too. Whether you receive your internet service via your mobile phone or your desktop computer.
Okay.
But you know what, Catherine? I to even make sure that I'm clear on the answer, I'm going to find that out as soon as we get off from this, and I'm going to email you.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you, Alma. I was wondering if you could go back to the first slide. I wanted to take another moment to kind of process. Okay, sorry, maybe it's the third slide.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now I'll emphasize on this. I'm glad you asked me to come back here because I meant to do this. On the device, you can receive up to $100 discount, and at the same time you must pay at least $10 to $50 towards that device. Now, that device must be purchased through your provider. Okay, whereas you can't go to Best Buy or Walmart to get that device and bring it back to your provider and say, no, you must be purchased through your provider that you're getting the service from.
Okay, and do you use that same confirmation number?
Yeah.
To let them know that you, okay.
Yes, ma'am. And also, you're on the state of Pennsylvania. If you go to that website to see what providers are participating in your state or in your area, there's a column, I believe it's the third column, which if it has a check mark, say for instance, I'll go Jack and Jill Internet Service Provider. They are participating in this program. And if Jack and Jill has a check mark beside in the third column, I think that will let you know that they are participating in the $100 discount. All providers are not participating in the particular part of the program.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm not seeing any questions in chat. And I'm not seeing any raised hands, so it looks like you either confuse them or you explained it so well, Alma, that they don't have any questions.
I like that. I like that. You know, sometimes I confuse myself, you know, but if after this presentation, and if you receive any questions, Catherine, please feel free to shoot me an email and I'll get the answer to you. But in the meantime, as soon as I get off, I'm gonna get the answer about that hotspot and send it to you.
Sounds great.
Thank you for having me on. And if there's no other question, I am going to hop off because I have a couple of things I need to do this morning.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Alma. And I will forward any questions I get to you.
Very good. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, so we will move into our second presentation today with Fatima. A quick biography about her. Fatima is a former educator who began working at LVCIL as a supports coordinator in the Adult Autism Waiver Program in January of 2020. She transitioned to her role as LVCIL's Assistive Tech Program Coordinator last June. So congratulations on 1 year. Fatima serves as the coordinator of accessibility and related programs at LVCIL. LVCIL is York County's Assistive Technology Resource Center for TechOWL programs and for funding, and your funding assistance coordinator for Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation, also known as PIAT. So I will turn it over to Fatima, who is an expert in these programs, much more than I am. So Fatima, it is all yours, and I will make you host so you can share.
Thank you so much, Catherine, for the wonderful introduction. Let me just make sure I have everything selected here. Okay. I'm just selecting my viewing options right now to see what's the best setup here. Catherine, when I shared my screen, everybody disappeared completely, which has never happened to me before. Do you know what I have to select to be able to see like people on the top of the screen?
Sure. So if you go to the view on the top right, you can do side-by-side speaker. I generally do side-by-side gallery, and then I get what I see is your slides on the left and then the video images on the right.
Yeah, I didn't have the view option. I had to go into more and just click show panel, show
Okay.
video panel, and that was it. And then, yeah. Okay. So today, yeah, I'm going to be talking about our partnerships here at LVCIL with two amazing programs, TechOWL through Temple University's Institute on Disabilities, which was formerly known as PIAT programs, and also Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation, as Catherine said. My name is Fatima Nabavian. I am a middle-aged female with long black hair. I do have earrings on today. You can't really see the details in the screen, but they're like blue turquoise-ish. Actually, they are turquoise. And then behind me is a painting of the ocean, which is like blue greenish. Just makes me feel very summery, and it's my favorite season. So that's why I have that behind me. So I think that the reason I was invited today is because, you know, what's a better compliment to the ACP than programs that could offer free or at least loaned equipment to you all. I wanted to make sure that every time I give a presentation, I just remind people that, you know, Temple University has their mascot, the owl, and TechOWL also has the owl. So I hope that people can kind of remember us if they don't personally have a need for assistive technology programs and services, but know somebody that does in Pennsylvania. And just remember that TechOWL, we're the people to call with any assistive technology related question or need. So TechOWL does stand for Technology for Our Whole Lives. We deal with assistive technology, not to be confused with just technology. So we offer any kind of device or equipment that helps a person navigate their daily activities. Anything that assists them in being able to access their immediate environment. We are, as Catherine said, your Assistive Technology Resource Center. We also serve, so not only Lehigh and Northampton counties, but Luzerne, Carbon, Monroe, Berks, and Schuylkill. So we work closely as well with our surrounding regions. They could assist us if we don't per se have, for instance, reused equipment available in our inventory. They might be able to help us find what you need. So just lots of great resources around us. And we are funded by tax dollars, and all of our programs are available at no cost. The reason that we say in most cases is because we do also deal with, you know, information and assistance related to loans, which in that case, if you were getting a loan, it would be something that you paid for, but we offer a zero interest loan option through PIAT and a low interest option if it's over a certain amount. And we'll get into that in a little bit. We have under TechOWL lots of programs, and they're not all listed here, but I will, in the last slide, I have included the website for TechOWL. So I definitely encourage anybody who is able to check out the website, navigate through it. If you have any questions about it, let us know. But here are the major programs that we want to make sure that people are utilizing as needed. The lending library is an awesome opportunity for people to, what we say, access technology as opposed to acquiring it. So it is an opportunity to get loaned equipment try devices out and find out what works best. This could be for you as a consumer, as a client, or a service provider can also take out loans to try out devices with their clients. You can actually take out up to 5 items at a time so that you can compare and contrast. I have somebody who recently took out a bunch of magnifying options. She's losing her vision as she gets older and wanted to find the best possible option. So she's really enjoying that opportunity and zeroing in on, I think, what she'll need. Next is our free special phones program. So the ATLL, the Lending Library, or ATLL, which we call for short, which stands for Assistive Technology Lending Library, that's actually a statewide program. So everything, all of the devices come out of one central location. And from Camp Hill actually is the location of that regional center. And it's shipped right to your house, very easy to use for anybody. The free special phones program, however, has an eligibility requirement, which is similar to the ACP requirement of the 200% requirement. We also have Connect with Tech, which has, well, let me go back to free special phones. I'm probably not gonna, I don't have a whole slide here today on free special phones. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of the equipment that we offer. We have mobile phones. We have 2 Android options, Google Pixel and Samsung Galaxy, and we have an iPhone. We're just getting new equipment in, so I can't remember the exact models, but I think it's the, I think the Samsung is like the 20 something model, and the iPhone 11. And then for landline options, for home phone options, we have multiple amplified phone options, big button options, voice dial, actually voice dial. We used to have a voice dialer. I'm not sure if any of them have voice dial capabilities, but we do have a talking caller ID option on a few of the phones. We do have caption phone options. So it's a wide variety. If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. Then there's Connect with Tech, which, as opposed to the free special phones program with that 200% requirement of the income level, we actually don't require that, any kind of proof of income. And it's open and available to just any person who qualifies under. There are a lot of different scenarios that you would, and it would be for anybody with a disability for sure would be eligible. And then multiple demographics, whether you're an older Pennsylvanian, whether you're a person that's maybe in a minority that doesn't typically have the access to technologies. We want to get basically tablets and just technology out to everyone in Pennsylvania. That's kind of the goal of the program. And then there's also the used equipment exchange. We have our reuse inventory at LVCIL. So we take donated equipment that's in pretty good shape and we get them out to a good home. So if you have any needs related to mobility or hearing, or you name it, we probably have it. Multiple areas of daily living. So it could be anything from commodes, shower chairs, to wheelchairs, walkers. We have sometimes in our inventory, we do have power chairs. We've had scooters in the past. We don't currently. We've had Hoyer lifts, and then some smaller items like reachers and phone equipment. So anytime that we have demo equipment that's older, that's an older version, we move it over to our reuse equipment. So that's good to know if you know anybody who's finding it impossible to access what they need through other means. You might want to call us up and see if we have what you're looking for. And then we will also, of course, refer in that area as well. If we don't have something in our inventory, we have our referrals list that we can help you find somewhere that might have what you're looking for. And that's that information and assistance piece across the board. So any need that you have related to assistive technology, we will help assist you in finding what you're looking for. There are emergency plans that are offered on the website. So there's trainings that are posted on TechOWL's website, as well as an opportunity to request a presentation for how to plan for an emergency. So overall, just, we're trying to make AT affordable, assistive technology affordable. There is a Virginia Del Sordo fund that we refer individuals to as a one-time $200 grant for assistive technology, which is a great opportunity. It can complement a loan or another grant. We have a program called I Can Connect, which is for accessing free or acquiring a phone for individuals who are both have experienced visual and hearing loss. We offer trainings to groups and individuals. We have a program for, it's called, I always forget what it's called because it has a new name. I think it's called like iCreate, but you can find that on the website as well. We don't have the 3D printing option available and at LVCIL, but if you go on the website, you can request to have something made. Oh, it's create together. So I always forget because the AT is in the middle, the assistive technology, those two letters AT kind of fits nicely in the word create. So you can get something made with that create together program. So if you're looking on the website, that's what you look for. And then you can get a demonstration of the equipment that you might be pursuing for other of the services that we offer. So for instance, if you're looking for a free special phone, you're looking into that program, and even if you're not really certain that you're eligible for the program, you can still get demonstrations of the phones that we offer. Plus more. And then our other partnership with Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation that I had mentioned is all about helping Pennsylvanians find funding for assistive technology when other programs are not covering it. So if insurance and OVR aren't working for you, we might help you if you haven't already tried those routes and then go from there. So we're always looking to help individuals through our information and assistance to get the funding covered as much as possible, and then discuss the loan options that we have. So it is a statewide, once again, program and nonprofit, tax funded. And I will say, I don't mind saying that Pennsylvania has one of the best programs for this. So all states get the funding for similar programming, but it's up to the state to design it and like structure, create the structure for implementing it. And Pennsylvania is probably the #1 state in this area. So we're all lucky to be here and to be able to call Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation up on the phone. The number that's provided on the website is open 8 hours a day, regular work days. And you can reach somebody who's willing to go through a whole booklet of funding options before they talk to you about the loans. So I definitely highly recommend sharing this information with your loved ones, letting them know that this is available, because nobody should be paying just straight up out of pocket without knowing what's out there. And who does PATF help is probably what most people would ask. And once again, it's really open to all ages, all income levels, all disabilities and health conditions. There are opportunities if you have good credit, you might just have a little bit of a better option available for your payment plan. But PATF makes every effort to reach you where you need to be reached, whether it's financially or even just communication wise. They have materials printed in multiple languages, which is great. So what we do, once again, it's not just that information and assistance piece. We also offer financial education, and the main thing is the financial loans for the purchase of assistive technology. So I'm going to read through some of the details, and there's I didn't include a chart today, but there is a chart available on the website that has all of the details of what might be considered assistive technology. And you'll see things like home modifications and, you know, covering accessible vans for transport, for, you know, just ramps, smart technology for your home, power chairs, scooters, things like that. I mean, if it helps a person navigate their environment, then it's considered assistive technology, and you won't have a problem with applying for a loan. So there is a low interest option for over $7,000. You'll bring quotes to the table when you're applying. And once you choose, you know, where you're going to get your equipment from, then that's when you'll know, oh, is it over 7,000? Then you'll have a 3.75% interest loan. If it's under 7,000, if it's from $100 to 7,000, it will be 0 interest. And payment plans can be as low as $20 a month. So just to give you an idea, it will be run for the life of the equipment as well. So that's how they kind of figure out what you're going to be paying per month. And really just check out the website if you get a chance. There's the financial education piece. I didn't include slides today about those, but there is a whole guide on smart home technology. You can always call us for more information about that. We have individuals who have had smart home technology covered even for apartments, you know, remotes for opening up their door, turning their lights on and off, things like that. So that's that counseling piece if you needed to first talk about, you know, what's out there for you. So visit us at PATF.us, or you can always contact your financial assistance coordinator, which is us at LVCIL. It's me, Fatima Nabavian. My number is listed here at 610-770-9781, extension 123. The best email address is just in case, you know, we sometimes are out and about or people are off sometimes. I like it when it goes to the whole team, just in case somebody can just kind of shoot you some quick information or give you a call quickly. Otherwise, you know, it could take some time for somebody to get back to you. So go ahead and email us at atinfo@lvcil.org, or you can always just choose to email me personally directly at fatimanabavian@lvcil.org. I'll spell it. I hope that you can understand my spelling. It's F as in Frank, ATIMANABAVIAN@lvcil.org. On TechOWLPA.org, you can also find, you might want to take a look at their text chat and video chat options. I've never per se done it, but I've heard that it's a great option, a great tool to use, and you'll get somebody, you know, texting you back quickly. Their response time is short. So Catherine, anybody else, if you have questions, I'm here to answer your questions. If I didn't cover something, I tried to keep it short today, but it always goes longer. I always have more to say than I plan to say.
Oh, thank you so much, Fatima. There is, yeah, so much information. We appreciate you being with us today. Just share some of that. I do have a question. This actually comes from a consumer who couldn't join us today. Can LVCIL or TechOWL or PIAT, one of those programs, help with finding a portable ramp for their home?
Yeah, so we could, if you're looking for a reused option where you're not paying, I would just say it might take some patience. It might take some time to find that out there in Pennsylvania that's, accessible. So it could be a matter of there might be somebody out there who has that equipment to donate, and we'd reach out to all of our referral partners and our other regional centers in Pennsylvania and find out if there's something out there. We have had that in our inventory in the past. And I was confident in thinking that we already gave it out. But now I always question myself, but I'm pretty sure we don't have it right now. I'd have to just take a look. If I'll look into that after we get off, and I'll let you know, Catherine.
Okay.
Otherwise, we would, if there's nothing out there, and chances are there's not, just because that's something that that people treasure. I don't think that that's a common item that people donate. But yeah, we would just direct you to other funding sources and loans.
Okay. Perfect. So it sounds like the first step is to just make that request from your department.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right now, I'm not seeing any other questions in chat. But just quickly, give people a couple minutes if they need to type in there or to raise their hand. I will provide the links that were referenced by Fatima, also by Alma, when I post the recording to YouTube, so you can easily get to those resources that they shared, because I know there is a wealth of knowledge on all of those websites. So it's definitely worth some time looking around and seeing what's out there. But not seeing any questions, so we'll wrap up for today by just saying again, thank you to our ASL interpreters for being with us. We appreciate all that you do for us. Thank you to Fatima and to Alma for the information you provided. And if you found today's session helpful, I would say recommend it to a friend, or better yet, email me. I will provide my email in a follow-up for all of our registered participants. But invite them to email me and get on our list so they know about upcoming sessions. Next week, we actually have a very special session. We are celebrating the anniversary of the ADA with a panel of advocate leaders from Lehigh Valley and statewide. We're going to be talking about different advocacy topics and how you can build your skills as an advocate. So look for that information and get registered for that. And hopefully we will see you there. Again, everybody have a great weekend, and thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Catherine. Bye.